Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joy Evans.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Z Garcia.
Welcome to Crowdsurfing. We take a look at projects on a variety of different websites. Although this week it's pretty much Kickstarter. But hey, we're talking about crowdfunding projects. And, yeah, we're also telling people Dice Tower West is coming. So you got, in 2 weeks we'll be at Dice Tower West. No, 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3, yes.
2 to 3.
Yes, around there. This
2
month.
to 3 weeks.
Next month.
If you want to be sure, you should go to dicetowerwest.com.
Ideally.
Confirm those dates.
Would recommend
and
it.
while you're there, click it and tick it.
Yes. Meanwhile, this show is sponsored by Backerkit. Let's take a look at a project or projects on Backerkit.
All right, something super cool here is happening on Backerkit. A collective of creators is launching stretch goals that cross projects here. So 8 publishers simultaneously are crowdfunding tabletop role-playing supplements in the same setting here, the Purple Planet. So this is a Purple Planet where mighty death worms rule the wastes, beastling tribes wage an endless war, befouled winds whistle through ancient crypts, and fungal forests flourish in the weirdling light, where ancient technologies offer life or a quick death. Will you or your companions stand as conquerors atop this alien land, or will you fall beneath the blast of an ink-black death ray, just another corpse left to litter the waste of the Purple Planet? So you can see here, this is all these different things happening here. This is the main one here, the Adventures on the Purple Planet and Beyond. So you can back this here. We also have Die Robot, River of Lies, Roll20 for DCC, Wrath of the Orb Men, a Purple Planet adventure. Oh, Happy Dagger, that's my favorite title of all of them. Random Acts of Violet, Memories of the Purple Planet, and Roll Funky Dice Heads to the Purple Planet. So you can pledge for one of these or all of them. Each one has its own stretch goals, but there's stretch goals that cross projects here. There's 8 unique Purple Planet bonus drops and encounters, one for each of the projects you back. If you pledge for 3 or more projects, you get a free Purple Planet 3D6 dice set, and you could even get to the top of the multi-project backer leaderboard, or you can have an anagram of your name appear as an NPC. And there's also a bonus page of runic lore unlocked for each project, but only if all of them are funded. So you can take a look at these. So this is interesting. I've never seen something like this before, where all these different projects and all this can be found here on Backerkit. Don't forget, folks, that if you can check the link to our video right now. If you put up a project in the next couple months, you can be featured on Crowdsurfing. Just enter and you'll see it there.
Back in that picture.
All right. Like I said, don't forget to check Backerkit between February and April. If you launch there, you have a chance to be featured here on this show. So sign up, and you can click the link in the description below. Let's take a look at some projects this week. We got many different projects. First of all, we're going to start with some ring dice, which looks like leftovers from a gift series ripoff, which is that was a long roundabout way to get what I'm trying to say.
Yes, they look really slick.
These things, this video was just, first of all, stop
They look
vaping.
like pieces from an abstract game.
Oh.
They don't even spin that much. Did you notice that?
They did not spin very well. No, I noticed that too, yeah.
It was like, give it another spin. It's not going to count.
I wondered, is it because it's so heavy? Because there's some that are like made of stone, right? Is it because it was a heavier material, or do they drag?
Yeah, this
I wasn't sure. That actually makes me like it more, though. Because I have a lot of things I don't like about this kind of stuff, but specifically when it spins and spins and spins and spins and spins and spins, and then it's right on the line, and you're like, from the top. You gotta start over.
That's
So
fair.
They could have really left out the dry ice here.
Yeah, that's really the vaping they're doing.
I think my favorite is like it's clearly in reverse.
The guy's just sitting
He's just sitting
over and
just-
vaping.
That being said, this would definitely be a cool desk fidget. I would fidget with this all day.
That is kind of what it looks like too. Yeah, I get that feeling also.
Oh,
I like the materials. I mean, whatever they're making these out of, they look good.
Dragonstone.
I don't like them at all.
Neat. You don't like them at all?
Is that
I'll tell you why I don't like them. Because I think that they're hard to read, and I really dislike that they don't put all the numbers on. What kind of nonsense is that?
I thought they did.
I thought it was a D6.
There's like some dots in between, or is
That's the spaces where it
that's
counts
a space in
that,
between?
yeah.
But it's hard to read, and the line
It is hard to read. No, I
Mm.
definitely agree that it's hard to read. I
Yeah.
also think that I assume if it's like right in your face, you can kind of see it. But again, does anybody really get this because dice are flawed somehow? No.
No.
You
This
get
is
this because they want to fidget with it because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's gimmicky, whatever.
right.
Ooh, those
No,
are
this
hard.
is
Also, is there a
definitely
reason
a
we're at an
fidgety.
angle the whole
Yeah.
project?
It's Dutch angles all the way down.
Well, from the
different
top, you
angles.
wouldn't be able to see it very well. I think it would just look like circles.
I can see it right here in this picture. Tilting it is not helping me.
Oh,
look
you
at
mean
the-
tilting that way? I thought you meant
Yes,
the
no,
angle.
I understand
was
the
like,
other
that makes
angle.
sense.
Yeah.
I think just for
Photography, yeah.
I think for variability in the pictures, I assume.
Well, I know, but they
I don't
use the
care.
same angle in every one. They didn't want to move the camera.
Yeah, that's probably true. I
Look
like
at
these a lot.
that. I'm falling off this. Okay,
I like these a lot for a fidget on my desk. I also don't know how much they
Hey,
are.
how much are they? Let's see if you want to fidget.
How much?
$64.
No.
What?
You get the set, right?
How
Because
How
it's
many?
Yeah, you
it's
get
a
seven-
base and then a
seven
set
things.
of dice. You switch out the
That's
thing.
not too bad, I
I
guess,
didn't
depending
even
on how
realize
nice
that.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
the top comes off.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like you need a D20, you pop the D20 and you spin it.
Got it. That makes sense. That's why there's so many in each picture.
Right.
Yeah. No.
All right, Triumph. Now, this has been advertised all over the place. It's been on the hot
Yes.
thing with the
Yes.
guy with
Oh,
the
really?
red face.
Yeah.
Caesar with the red face.
There it is. That picture underneath there. Is that a thing? I haven't read about that. Is like, did he have a red face? Was he sunburned badly?
Then it was his favorite team, like the Red Wings?
Yeah, was he at a football game?
Don't know.
Most likely, yeah.
that's
It's his,
it. Yeah,
it's his gladiator.
At the Coliseum.
Go.
I don't know if that is meant to be ceremonial war paint. Is it just somebody is smarter than all of us combined, I'm sure, who also has Google in front of them, who's going to tell us momentarily. This looks like an interesting game, though. It looks like a lot happening.
It does.
I like the look of it.
I really. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
I say I like the mosaic look. That's all I was going to say is how they use the art.
I do too. I'm not crazy for the first time about, and the deluxe has the screen printed meeples or whatever. That for me is a disconnect. I kind of like, it's for the first time I like just the normal meeples on this.
I think for me, I kind of backed off a little bit when it seems like it might have some semi-co-op because it looks like you have to defend Rome. It's like work together to defend the invaders.
Oh,
but also
yeah.
you're negotiating and you're backstabbing and you're this and that. And it's like, wait, this is semi-co-op and also not traitory, but negotiation stuff. I was like, I just don't see how those mechanisms will work well.
We're getting a lot of funny responses, but
We
we're
are,
not getting any real
I
responses.
know. I'm surprised that no one yet is like, well, actually, because Mike says that was Caesar's face after Brutus gave him a wedgie.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And then
Mike.
somebody says the biggest clown nose ever.
They have Google, and that's
I know, you guys have Google.
We
Well, so
don't.
did we, I guess.
No.
I just have seen this for a while. And I just wondered why that was red like that, and I didn't bother to look it up.
in the video. It is playing, then it shows it like wash over him.
Yes,
I don't know.
right.
This one is not appealing to me at all. I don't.
No.
Maybe I'll like it.
There's a lot of Roman themes lately. Have you noticed that?
There is
today,
this
too.
this picture.
Back. Rome is back.
Like if you look at that picture there, that M. Valerius, it looks like a guy who's in a play about
About Caesar?
Caesar.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. It looks a little more
does.
modern, or maybe it's too clean the game looking. That everything's real clean looking.
Well, I like those cubes, though.
But I also feel like there's a mixture of showing a relief like that, and then like Joey said, then these meeples, which are a different kind of art, and
That's
then
a disconnect.
that art there.
Yeah.
There's like different kinds, and then there's a mosaic.
Yeah, then the board is the mosaic piece.
At the end of the day, okay, the Romans marked his status by staining his face red using the mineral pigment cinnabar or whatever. Okay, at the end of the day, not every upgrade is an upgrade, in
Right.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like
I
kicking
agree.
something up and making
Yep.
it more expensive to you and therefore more expensive to us.
I agree.
Is not an upgrade necessarily. I agree with
Right.
you. Those screen printed meeples are robbing this game of some elegance.
It's a disconnect, yes.
It's a disconnect.
Because I think it's elegant the way it is, and the meeples, metal coins, I probably still go up with metal coins, but yeah, those meeples.
Come on,
I
now.
could also
Let's not
see-
get crazy.
Yeah.
I love those.
Alrighty, well, we'll see. It's doing well, ish. I mean, again, it's hard to. It's doing well. It has almost 1,000
Right.
backers. We'll see. Failings. I mean, it is still a war game, but it's a good-looking one.
It's a good-looking one, yeah.
All right, Shem Phillips, who I just saw in chat because he knew we were going to talk about his game. Yeah, I saw it. Anyway, Storm Raiders, but this is not from Garfield Games.
sorry.
No.
This is from Arcus Games. What else have Arcus
Dreadful
Games
They
done?
did the
Meadows.
one that Meadows,
Yeah,
Dreadful
Meadows.
Meadows, yes.
Which I really like.
And, Shelfie
Shelfie
Stacker.
Stack.
And
Yes.
Shelby Stacker.
This does not look like their other games.
No.
Well, all the
No.
games look pretty different, huh?
Well, I would say Shelfie Stackers and Dreadful Meadows both fall into cute.
Okay.
Dreadful Meadows is a cute
It
horror
is.
game.
Well,
Okay,
according to
yeah.
Camilla, this theme is cute.
I would live here. Yeah.
No, you would not.
I'd visit.
You wouldn't.
I
You
would.
would
They'd
complain
kick
the
you
whole
out.
time about how hot
You
it
wouldn't
was
live
there.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
long.
Okay, that's true. That's right.
All right, anyway,
I love the look of this game.
I do
It
too.
looks awesome.
good.
it really
Looks
does.
so good.
Oh man, like
Yes.
what part of this is not singing to me? It's got that like, it gives me a little bit of that Last Aurora vibe in which the theme is super like yeah, but the game is a Euro game.
Right.
You know, it's like mechanically sound. So
The resource
you've got-
management, the upgrading, it feels like a Euro game with a really, really tight theme on
Dice
it.
drafting. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks
dice
good.
drafting. Oh, I do
Pick
love
up and deliver.
drafting.
I mean, it's like, yeah. I really like this.
So good.
this looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And Sean Phillips,
back
I mean,
at
I think
that,
it's a known good designer coming behind
Sure.
the game as well. Now, and a new company.
I love
But the
that
company's
company
not
so far.
new either. They have a couple. It's like two pedigrees coming together. This is kind of exciting.
And
I
their
love it.
productions, correct me if I'm wrong here. You guys did the reviews for the previous game.
Dreadful Meadows, right?
Dreadful Meadows. I didn't play. I don't know anything about it, but I don't know about the game's merits. But the production I thought was pretty good, right?
It was awesome.
You-
There's
No,
some minor quibbles, but I thought their production was good on both.
I liked it.
It's not okay. Thought you guys complained significantly with Dreadful Meadows about
I complained
the
that some of the things
containers.
looked the same. Well, I didn't like the containers, yes.
Okay, yeah. So you like just even outside if you don't keep them, you're like in a personal game you would have thrown them away.
I did.
Containers
throw
are-
away.
I'm saying if it even outside, I like this being your library, like had that.
Well, I mean, I
you
would
know.
have, in my personal thing, I would have thrown them away too.
Oh, how to
That was
organize
what
and
I
stuff.
said.
I thought the acrylics, the artwork and stuff was great in it.
Okay, okay.
I
That
like
just looks again. It just really looks good. I love
It
the
does.
art. Talking about an art style that fits a game or
Yeah.
a game vibe. This nails it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
This is the biggest game they've done for sure. The other games are fairly small games comparatively.
And that would concern
name,
me
too.
if it wasn't like a known designer coming behind him.
Right.
Behind it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a game, a company like this going this big. That ooh, okay, here we go. I hope you can handle it. This is like, all right, I feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, the Axe Letters from Rome Christian Strategy board game. Doing pretty well for a smaller group that they're going to. I wish it was a little more, like that board is really,
Plain?
like
Yeah.
King of Tokyo. There's 2 spaces on it.
Well, it's an
Yeah.
additional. It adds on to the previous board.
No, I get that.
an
It just
expansion,
doesn't
so-
look like much, and I would. They should. I don't know.
Have you
think-
played this?
I have not actually. I think
Because it is an expansion, right? I mean,
Right. I was
yeah.
gonna say I feel like this
Expansion's the Letters
focused
from Rome, right? Yeah.
too much on it just being an expansion, and that if that's what it is, that's fine. But not knowing the base game, it was hard for me to figure out. Like I don't think I realized that board was just the expansion board. You know,
It's
I
on
thought
the
it was
video.
like,
I think they put it next to the other
oh.
one in the video.
Okay, and I missed that, and so it was just like, oh, that makes more sense now. I get it. I did know it was an expansion, but it was just hard to kind of piece together what was happening, not knowing the base game.
Yeah.
That's who I was.
Yeah, you want to get what the complete Axe, which is the original game plus Letters to Rome. But you're right. That's they should not assume that everyone coming across this has played the
played it?
original game. I've been like, oh, Axe, and I'm still interested. I like the theme a lot. I'm just concerned because it looks a little boring the way it looks. Anyway,
Well, not knowing the base game, it doesn't. You don't know what it's adding to it. Yeah,
nah.
it's hard.
All right, among Cultists, this must have been on Kickstarter a while because it just seems like it's been there for a while.
It does.
Oh, okay.
So I think we've all played this.
I have
You
not.
played it.
I really want to play it. I know.
Have you ever played Among Us?
Yes.
See, I've never played that.
Ah, I would.
Yeah, I like
great
this one a
on this.
lot. I think it feels different. I like the fact that I felt like the deduction I was doing in this game mattered based on the actions that other people were doing. So, like, you did something, I now have actual concrete proof that you may or may not be one other than you're looking shifty.
Okay, good. Just about. Okay, I like that. the people reading thing gets old on a lot of those. It's like, oh, this guy's acting like this. Like, come on.
Did we play this live? Is this,
We did, yeah.
So I'm thinking of, okay.
This is the one that Camilla just slid under the radar in that game anyway, and just
To be fair, I
Get us all.
I was the traitor,
That makes
and
sense.
I didn't really understand what was happening.
Yeah, let's not narrow
I
it
had-
down. You being the traitor.
I understood like the one
Still.
thing I have to do this. Okay, that's fine. I was just waiting. I was just sitting there like so nervous. I was like, they're gonna be like, well, she did this, so that, therefore she must be the traitor. I'm like, no, I don't really know what's happening. Like I did that because it's the one rule I understand. Like, and not that it's a complicated game, just social deduction, meta reading people does not appeal or click with me. I just cannot do that.
there's a few minor things I don't love. I think setup is a bit of a bear in this one because you have to stuff the envelopes with all the stuff to hand everybody. I think your first game is going to be a bit of a, okay, this is what you need to do, and I would almost rather run people through a couple minutes and then reset, but then you have to do all that setup again.
Yeah.
I know that you weren't as big of a fan of it.
Barely remember it. I literally I'm here sitting, listening to you explain it, looking at the cards. I'm like, I remember that. Kind of remember that image with the hand and
Yeah.
the, oh, are you alive or dead?
We played with our dice versions, our dice characters as the ghosts.
Yeah.
So like our little pawn had our dice character on
Right.
it, and then so I don't know if that's helping it click. It didn't look exactly like this. Is what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
I really like though the
Okay.
idea. Every time
It
you
was
pass someone
fully
else, you might
forgettable
kill
for
them.
me. I'll put it that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you might be dead and not know it, which I liked a lot. I like that aspect of it.
And is that elimination, or do you come back?
No, you're still
go?
playing, but if the cultist kills enough people, then they win. So you still there's things you can't do anymore once you're dead, but you're still very involved in the game.
Okay, I like that.
All right, Premium Card Sleeves Season 2.
The big turtle.
Question: has anybody ever used card sleeves that have rounded corners?
No, I was curious about that.
I've
Never
never
heard of
seen
them.
them,
I've never
no.
seen such a thing before.
I am very intrigued by that.
I have to wonder. I don't know. I'd have to see it in person. Doesn't that weaken the card?
That's what I'm saying. Because
I don't
sleeve,
know. That's what I.
the sleeve?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm super
Unless-
intrigued by it. I don't know where I would fall
Oh,
on
it
it.
looks so snug.
But like, well, that one is a super snug one. Yeah.
But certain cards, I guess, are rounded. But what,
Well,
like
every
what
card,
game?
Most
just
cards
about
are
every
rounded.
card
Yeah,
is
yeah.
rounded.
If you don't round your cards, I'm calling you out.
Yeah, what are you
Oh.
talking about?
Well, I come from playing cards.
These are the ones I'm super
Playing
interested.
cards are
The
rounded,
orange.
Joe.
Yeah, but there some aren't.
Nope.
Most. Yeah.
Joey's talking
Keep
about
backtracking there. I see you walking back. You're about to fall off the cliff.
Magician ones
He's
aren't.
trying, though.
Yeah, I know.
Magician ones aren't. Whatever.
No, that's true.
So if you
But
go-
I use
oh.
penny sleeves. Go ahead.
Oh, I tried for a while. I couldn't.
I'm cheap.
The orange peel ones. If you go back up, have you ever used anything like that?
orange peel.
So it's textured on one side. It says it keeps them from sticking when you're, which I don't care. I feel like if you use card sleeves enough, once you shuffle them a couple times, they get little micro scratches and they don't stick.
I
But-
have
okay.
had sleeves like this. Now they're not transparent. I haven't seen them do this in transparent
Okay.
sleeves, but I have card sleeves that are like the normal plastic on one side, that matte kind of finish, is just flat
Yeah.
rather, and then the colored background is a little like stippling,
Yeah.
and they shuffle like a dream.
So you do like that was my
Yeah.
question. I've never used it, so I
They're
didn't
buttery.
know. That's and I strongly I don't like the colored back cards. I will only use clear sleeves. So I was curious about that because if you maintain that shiny front, so you have the clarity of the card,
Are they
but
matte?
the texture, it doesn't look matte. No, see, because it's shiny.
Colored sleeves are mostly for when
But
you.
it doesn't, it's not as glossy. I'm saying.
Colored sleeves are mostly for when you're playing like CCGs and everyone
Right.
has the same deck. I want my deck to stand out.
Well, you also need
Yeah.
it to not be marked. Some
Right.
places, if you play a competition, they require them to not be transparent.
Yeah, I mean, no. To be clear, I see the purpose in it. I just don't like them. I don't play many of those games. There's not been a purpose in it. You know, I like
Sure.
the card art, but that's the
Marvel
kind of games I play.
Champions
So
Right,
yeah,
right.
that's
I've lost
not
so much
besmirching
respect
them.
for you.
I forgot. I was like, I
mean,
The fact that you said pennies.
I kind of want to try
No
it.
sleeves
Yeah,
is better
I do
than
as well.
penny
I want to try
sleeves,
both
dude.
of those too. I want to try the
They
orange.
do fall apart really quickly.
I want to try the orange peel ones, and I want to
they're
try the rounded corner. I'm
oversized.
very intrigued by them.
Alrighty, well that's sleeves. Go for them or not. We'll have to see these rounded ones. I'm curious about them. All right, before we
Dragon
jump
Shield.
to our next project, we
No,
have
they're
a
too
quick
thick.
word here from Mr. Mark.
Streed
This spotlight is brought to you by Food Chain Magnets Special Edition, bringing you a new experience for this classic Euro game. Food Chain Magnet is a heavy strategy game about building a fast food chain. The focus is on building your company using a card-driven resource management system. You will compete on a variable city map through purchasing, marketing, and sales, and on a job market for key staff members. In this new edition, say farewell to setup struggles with employee card organizers. No more chaos, just seamless preparation for epic gameplay. Prepare to be dazzled by the revamped wooden meeples, from burgers to colas to kimchi. Each piece bursts with vibrant colors and irresistible charm. And there's more. Every card is meticulously redrawn from scratch. The result? An unmatched quality and breathtaking artwork that truly elevates your gaming experience. With over half our backers new to Food Chain Magnet, this special edition offers a gateway to the classic Euro game with a new coat of paint. It is the perfect introduction to a timeless favorite. The campaign has ended, but there is still time to get in on the late pledge.
Splotter has an otter?
Splotter's logo is an otter. It's called Splotter the Otter.
Okay.
No, I'm dead serious. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, no one's. Yeah, I guess he's mocking you.
I'm not mocking anyone. I'm explaining in very plain terms.
You started mocking
Splotter's
about 2 hours
logo.
ago and haven't stopped.
That's
Am I
true.
I
wrong?
started when I was born,
Been
son.
mocking since noon.
I had no
Alright.
idea. I want to play the game now.
That should make you want to play the game. The logo on the
I
bottom.
respect
Really?
the company. I am shallow. There it is. I want to play it because they're company.
Hello.
Okay, so all of you listening have heard Camilla wants to play splatter games. Talk
luck.
at the next convention.
Good luck. You just
She's
messed up.
willing and
She's up
ready.
for it.
Absolutely.
You just
Roads
messed
and
up.
boats, Food Chain Magnet.
Yeah.
Duck dealer.
Duck dealer for life.
Absolutely.
Give me that OG cover for that donkey game.
If it has an otter, I'm there.
All right, Dungeon Twist, not Dungeon Twister, which I thought when I first saw this, I was
yeah.
like, oh, maybe that's what they're calling the second edition of this.
Nope.
No, this has 351 backers, and it's the same.
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you much. I hate this game. I really don't.
You're trying. You
Ah.
tried.
You know what this is? Reminds me of. There was a game
Clank Catacombs.
back. No, there was a game way back from Twilight Creations,
Zombies?
which was I think called the Haunted Mansion or something like
Yes.
that. And you would like be running through this, and then Z would be like, "Hey, watch!" Boom, and turn it, and you'd be like, "Oh, I can't get to where I'm going now." I hated that game so much.
Yes.
It's so bad, and this looks just like it. Like you're running through a dungeon, and you twist it around. Like Dungeon Twister had a theme to it to some degree. Like the whole room would rotate because they had gears, and you would turn them. They didn't
Yeah.
just suddenly like rotate.
There was there was a reason, right? I don't know. This looks. I wasn't feeling it, I guess. It seemed.
That's nicer than what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I like the cutesy vibe of it, the animals and the whatever. Again, I don't
look.
understand why they're animals, but sure, okay. The cutesy artwork, but I'm not loving the rest of the graphic design here is not really singing to me. And the
Yeah.
gameplay sounds annoying, maybe, to me, personally.
It seems like ever changing, just kind of like the worst case scenario of a tactic game rather than strategy.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like
like
to that extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
so take that version
right.
of a tile-laying game, you know?
But I do think that, to its credit here, I think that the tiles are really clear, which is needed in something that's ever changing like
Yes.
that.
Good news, though. I talked to the people who make Dungeon Twister, and they're making a second edition of it, which will come to Kickstarter.
What are they
at some
calling
point.
it?
Dungeon Twists. No, I don't know. Dungeon Twister, probably.
Dungeon Twix.
Retwist.
If they get the license, they could do Dungeon Twix.
Frozen
Okay.
Twix.
Atlantic Sentinels, a tactical solitaire game, which is doing pretty well for being solitaire.
Yeah.
You're protecting the ships from the U-boats. There's a lot of games that I'm finding that war games really like submarines as a theme. I think it's partially because the whole hidden, you don't know where they are.
Right.
I would have.
It's inherently dramatic.
To me, this would be like the most stressful thing in the world. One of the most stressful to be riding one of those ships during the wartime.
No way.
Submarine.
No, he
No,
means
not the submarine, but like you're crossing the Atlantic with those submarines out there. I think the whole time I'd just be like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
Well, this reminds me of that
Greyhound,
movie. I
I think,
love that movie. That Greyhound
Greyhound?
movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Joey?
Yeah.
Around.
Really good.
So good.
I had no idea about that whole part of history, by the way, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome. If you haven't seen that movie, it's on Apple
TV?
No, I know about the movie. You didn't know about that part of history?
I knew there were subs.
No,
I didn't know it
World
was like
War
how.
II. He just found out about that they had a second one.
Yeah, I thought there was only one. I
He's like, oh, what?
was like, this is crazy.
That would
We
be
just can't
weird
get
if you
along.
only knew about World War One. There's
called
another
Greyhound.
one?
This is crazy.
All right, moving on. Future Heroes, a fast-paced, trick-taking board
Yeah.
game. So this is a gladiators.
This is interesting. I mean, you're making each trick like a battle type thing, but I don't know if it's interesting enough to play.
I like the previous one more than I like this one.
Wait, there was another one?
No. I like the previous game we just looked at, Dungeon Twist.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the U-boat one. I was like,
Oh, I'm sorry. There was
yeah,
the
true,
U-boat
true.
game is in between them. I apologize. Yes, the Dungeon Twist game, which I said looked kind of annoying.
This is more annoying to you?
This looks worse than that game. That game,
I like how the
I
cards
like the
a
look
lot
of that one at least. I like the artwork in that other
You
game.
don't like the
This
artwork
one,
in
this
this
like
at all.
weird AI, but oversaturated. I don't know. I just really don't like the look. I find it very like punch you in the mouth. you know?
Wow, I love the way these cards look.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
love the
but-
graphic design on the cards, that there's a title, there's a number, that's it. The artwork is just the artwork. Now,
Okay.
do I love the art? Nah, not necessarily, but I think it works fantastic because it is so oversaturated that you look at that card, you know exactly the three things you need. The number, the symbol, then I don't even know if you need the name. But
Yeah, I think it looks.
it's super,
See?
super
I'm not sold on
visual.
the game.
I'm not sold on the
No.
art necessarily, like what you're saying.
I like the art
think
and
it
graphic
works with the
design. I
graphic
think
This is
design.
true.
you throw those down, and I know what's going on. That card's a 10, and it's a staff. You know. All right. Ruination, Bloodsworn. This is an expansion to Ruination. I believe you played this a few weeks
Yes,
ago.
I played. You played.
I'd have played.
You played.
You played?
Yep.
You were there.
So what does this add
It's
to
worse.
Ruination?
I don't remember Joey being there.
You don't either?
Oh,
okay.
Oh, yeah. I was the one you killed first, then you decided to kill Chris repeatedly.
Okay.
I think
This is
Nomads
weird
in
to me.
this.
I really enjoyed this expansion to the game. I like the
agree.
game Ruination. I thought the expansion added immediately more asymmetry to the factions, to the different players. You have more going on. They added new concepts and new ideas. They give you a whole new deck of retweaked, what are they called? Whatever, the
Nomad-
Wasteland Wanderer people.
The Nomads.
Yep.
The
I think the Nomads are the little people on the board.
Oh, that's what I thought you were talking about. I don't
I'm
know.
talking about the people you can hire.
Oh,
They give you a whole new deck of those people, and they like
Scavenger? No.
they changed them up to give you new things. Everybody gets their own little deck of cards with unique abilities to you. Again, making you more distinct. Yeah, this is great. It's a great expansion to a game I really liked already. Right. One thing I think is really weird. This is not doing very well. And again,
I'll tell you why I think. I
Yeah.
think it's Colossal.
is that what it is?
I think Colossal has lost a lot of their cred, yeah.
Oh, it's
People
not
aren't loving
doing
them
well.
as much.
Wow.
I mean, 427 backers is not bad. And so,
It's not, but I mean, this is an expansion to a game that's out. And again, I assume if people like the game, then they might be interested in backing this. But
Right.
some of these other one-off games blow 28,000 away.
no, I agree on that.
I think it's kind of weird, that's all. But no, I really liked it.
I think my favorite part was the new Nomads. I think that really brought some personalities to the Nomads and how they're mixed in the individual decks, so those random events that'll come up.
Yes.
You know, I think that is really slick. You see when you take your card that it's coming up next, you can plan a little bit if it's your turn, but it's also universally affecting everybody. I thought that was slick.
I don't play the first. I just played this one with the expansion, and I did like the Nomads. I'm not sure I had to differentiate what was the expansion and what
Sure.
wasn't.
Yeah, yeah.
But I did enjoy it.
It folds
A
in
lot.
very well. It's the kind of expansion that I think I would leave in.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, Cryptic Nature. I think this is the biggest project of the week. Discover and protect the legendary creatures. Man, talk about a blow you away thumbnail there. That just looks great.
I was going to ask
right
what you
there.
thought of it, because it's nature, right?
Well, it's nature.
Nature.
This is
I was living that
cryptids.
nature.
It's
That's what I
very
love
different kind of nature.
Such a good theme.
Oh, it's so
The
good.
theme is you are
Yes.
finding cryptids so you can rehouse them for their protection.
Yes.
That is
in your
such
zoo.
a great theme.
Right.
I mean, it's
Come on in!
in my sanctuary.
Yeah, $75 a person. Let's go!
like-
I
Yeah.
guess so, yeah.
And it-
Tiger King was based on a sanctuary.
And
too,
it's
wasn't
giving
it?
me feels of a lot of games that I already like. Like it kind of gave me a, the Trekking the World kind of vibe.
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
you're moving
Look at that.
around, trying to collect the
That's
right
so great.
resources in order to catch them. But then I love this idea of this
Magnet.
shared polyomino area here. And the end game trigger is that finishes completion. So you're also trying to
Joey,
really... Holy
Jesus.
smokes.
Hold on.
So yeah, so I think that's a really interesting way that everyone's contributing to that end game and has control over it as you're putting the cryptids in, but you have a nice push and pull to it. So it has enough reminiscence of games that I do like, but stands apart with that as well. You know, it has a good mix.
But you like that
has
meeple too.
magnets.
That little,
It has magnets.
Jeez.
no, I was saying that the
Magnum
meeple of the
Hey,
Bigfoot
man, those
meeple
magnets look
What
look
meeples?
amazing.
The Bigfoot meeple or whoever it is.
Oh, I didn't see the Bigfoot meeple.
But no, the magnets.
I
Yeah.
don't know. That seems like such a gimmick.
Oh, it is.
I don't
but-
even think I saw it.
You didn't see it?
No, I didn't. How big
Yeah,
is it?
we were staring at it for a while here. Sorry.
It's beautiful.
Before Z yelled at us. Look.
Yeah. Oh. Look. Wait.
Oh,
Wha-bam.
now you're talking about the magnet.
Oh, yeah.
Magnet or meeple?
The meeple's
Well,
right
both
there.
are
that
awesome,
little-
I think.
That little wooden Bigfoot thing. I don't
off-
know. The magnet, I don't get it. I mean, like, why?
So they don't slide.
Because if you don't,
Yeah, what are you talking about?
because
What?
it's not in.
I'm confused. Why not?
It's because it's not
'cause
in a
it's
tray and
possible.
it's open form. So if it snaps and it gets bumped, and because everyone's reaching across the table to put stuff in, and so it's not going to get bumped and be like, oh, that was over there. Hold on.
Have you ever heard of a game called Rem Racers? All right, now imagine if that
think
game
like-
had magnets in it.
Well, you've played New York Zoo, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just
Oh,
tiles
yeah.
on a flat thing. I mean, imagine if that one thing was in the middle and everyone was reaching out to put different shapes
That's
on
a
it.
good
It would
point.
bump, it would move. And so I think the magnets are a huge, not just gimmick in this, but upgrade.
I will
for
say it's
that.
almost like educational because I had no idea most of these cryptids were a thing. You know,
It's like,
like
how they found
Yeah,
a
yeah.
crazy amount of them.
they really did.
Oh, guys, there's a lot.
I thought there was like
That's cool.
I probably
That's
recognized
great.
6.
Have you not listened to that? I mean, I don't
Not if
listen
I
to
can
all
help
them. No, the podcast. What's that podcast that they did? Matthew Jude and them. They did
Oh,
that.
I have. Yeah.
They talk about a lot of this
They
stuff.
do. But then they also just kind of go off on stuff. Yeah, no, I mean, that's fine.
Wait, what's the
I wasn't
term
sure.
do?
I wasn't sure I understood.
Yeah.
The magnet thing just seemed like, why magnetic? I guess if there's a good reason, fine. It's going to add some weight to the game.
I'm blown away that you're like, why magnets? I would put magnets in every polyomino game if I could. Are you
Everything.
kidding? They're like amazing. You don't have to worry about where stuff goes.
Magnets
That's
are
fine. I
magic.
mean, more of a. I also would want, like, if I was laying street for the pieces to be made of actual brick, but
Would
at
like that
some
too.
point there's a break between how useful something is and the cost for that thing,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. I get what you're saying. Like, I want a game like I want to play the Foundations of Rome, and I want the buildings to be made from recycled Colosseum pieces. At some point, the return stops.
I really
Sure,
like that too.
but I don't think it. I think it stops after magnets.
I
Magnets are
guess
great.
it's, maybe it does. Maybe it does.
I think there
But
does need to be a
right on
function
the
to
line.
it to justify
Right.
the cost. I think in this case there very much is because
Yeah,
it's
magnets are cheap.
weird shapes tetrising
What have
together.
these guys done before?
That triggers the end game. You need things a specific way and not to be moved with a shared board.
Yeah.
So I think it looks really good.
Oh, these guys just did these boxes before.
That's all they've done before. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
The only minor thing that I don't love about this
Camera.
is I thought their weird art for the zoologists doesn't match the rest of the art.
That caught me off too.
After
The
the very
actual
beginning,
people.
they're like, yada, 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 where is it?
It's a row
Right
of
there.
them. Right
I'm
there.
like,
that
whoa,
was.
that's the guy from the meme. The guy in the far right.
Oh,
He
Smile
is.
at the Pain Herald, that
Yeah.
guy?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a meme with that guy just smiling like everything's fine. He's like drinking a... I don't...
Okay.
For some reason, that doesn't... Maybe it's him. Maybe it's just him that's throwing me off because the rest of the art is like crazy
It
awesome.
is. I think the art is so fantastic because it's nature, yes, but it's our nature with the cryptids, so it's so relatable. You know, it's our world. It doesn't look like an alien planet.
I really like that
love
theme.
that. It feels like a fantasy world that's real.
And the way you find them, like you can get the evidence, or you can just luck into it by rolling the
That's
dice.
cool.
You're like, oh, I happen to finally find it.
Right. That's cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they're magnets.
Alrighty. Let's go to another big project. No, wait, this is the biggest project of the week. Eve, War for New Eden.
Yeah.
So,
Video
Eve is a
game.
very popular video game. And Titan Forge makes a lot of miniature stuff. And you put the two together and you got a big giant war game.
Has anyone played that Eve online?
You
Yeah.
ever played Eve?
Nope, never played Eve.
Me neither.
Yeah.
It's an MMO, right?
Alpha
Is that
Centauri?
right?
I did play Alpha Centauri. I like Alpha Centauri. But it's an MMO, right? It's,
You played Alpha Centauri because it's like Civ
Yeah.
in space.
This looks nice, but I mean, it also looks like Eclipse and, you know, Twilight Imperium and that sort of thing, and maybe that's great.
But those exist.
It's doing really well.
I don't know if I would have put that A as a symbol. That's a bad idea. Go back up a little bit. Go back up.
Ooh.
Keep going.
Lord Titan?
Tight.
Yeah.
Is that from the game? Was that
I'm
their
just saying
choice?
that
I
A
wonder-
not being an A, breaking that up into two parts is maybe not the best idea.
Oh, never mind. Yes. That took me a
down.
ridiculous amount of time to understand.
Okay, wow. Anyway, Havoc has a different font. Is this another... It must be an expansion for you, but it's weird that it has a different font.
Yeah.
Anyway, this looks cool. I like that the miniatures are different per faction. It looks like it's going to be big, giant, a whole lot of stuff going on. This is a
It
game
looks-
you'll
This
never
is-
play.
Yeah, no.
Titan
out.
Forge, this is the same one that did Lobotomy, right? Am I thinking of the right one?
That also worries me because Lobotomy had so many rules
Did
problems.
you play the second one?
I did not.
Lobotomy 2? I only
Still-
played the second one. I really, really like it, but I think the rules were very... What do I do again here? Hold on. Like, I think even after 2-3 sessions, I was still consulting the flow chart of the game.
Yeah.
You know, it was, so that does, but if this is, a video game, coming to it, that might be a huge help if you can make those connections,
Because you know it's going to be a big, demanding, persnickety game.
Right.
You're going to want to bookmark the BGG page and the FAQ.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone, though, here is buying this by accident. You know what I mean?
No, right.
You know
That'd
what
be
you're
a weird
getting
accident.
into. You're like, wow, this is a big game. Let's get into it. All right.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then our last game today is Tokyo Highway Rainbow City, another big project here. An expansion for Tokyo Highway where they add even more color. Tokyo Highway is a dexterity game that looks a little like a work of art when it's done.
Yeah.
This adds a rainbow and adds a tower.
Is this just the expansion or the base game?
I think you can get the base game in here.
Have you guys played this?
Yeah, here, the base game plus the expansion set.
haven't.
Not either.
That's $44. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
They also did the thing Mike was talking about where they added these upgraded materials where there's grips now, so stuff doesn't slide off as easily.
yeah.
That's pretty neat. I like that a lot.
Oh, and the
Yeah, I've
base
played
game.
it. It's fine.
I think the
Okay.
game looks cooler than it plays, unfortunately.
That's what I was wondering because afterwards it's like, wow, I built that. You get that moment, but is the game worth getting to that moment?
If you consider that part of the game, yes. No, I'm serious. I like the game. I think I give it like a 7 or something. I enjoy it, but you have to take the whole, when you're done, you're like, yeah. If that doesn't mean anything to you, then I think you would like it less.
Mike
Okay.
says this is standalone.
He means
So
that it's that box has the base game and the rainbow in it.
Oh, even though it says expansion. Okay,
No,
interesting.
no. Well, you can get just the expansion set here, Tokyo Highway. This pledge here, if you already have the base thing, it has the expansion set. 1,009 people are backing that, just the
Okay,
expansion.
interesting. This is one that, I'm a fan of dexterity games. I think it does look cool. It's one that I haven't played. I definitely would.
It definitely lives and dies by the look.
Really.
Yeah. Well, this company, Itten, is known for making these cool little dexterity games that have a very unique look to them. And I like their stuff usually. Alrighty, well, that's the board games. Let's jump to Mark, and then we'll be right back.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview recap. I'm Mark, and of course, I'm here with Aaliyah, and we just really have one game to look at, so let's get to it. And that game is Knee Deep in Hexes. Yes, so if you do games like Command & Conquer, Warcraft, StarCraft, that's what this is. Tabletop version of that. And the presentation style of the game is fantastic. From the trays, easy setup and takedown. I love these trays. Now, of course, you're gonna have a series of different buildings, you're gonna have a series of different weapons, and of course your vehicles for attacking your opponent, trying to take out their base. That is the way to win for sure, but there's a couple different ways to win, and you have different factions to choose from. Mixing and matching those card decks, really giving you a different play each time you engage with your enemy. And if you wanna see more about the game, definitely check out the live play that the crew did in the studio, and of course the preview. Now, there are a couple other games to check out. However, these were direct to retail, they were not Kickstarter games. Five Words and Aqua. Both are pretty unique games and definitely worth a look. Alright folks, if any of these games look like they might be of interest to you, please check out our full previews. And if you want your game featured as a Dice Tower preview, please shoot me an email. Alright folks, until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Did his face collapse? Did that rock
No,
thing's
like
face?
his rock can be like pulled. He can like pull back the rock and expose the hand underneath,
Which is
and then
lava?
attack you, and the rocks shoot at you and smack you.
How do you get your rocks back though? Because that's like your skin.
You gather new rocks.
You'll be able to see Mark at Dice Tower West. I do not think the dog will be there, but the rock creature will be.
Maybe.
If the dog isn't coming with you, you can stay home, Mark.
Whoa! I didn't say that. All right, let's jump into some weird, unusual, or cool projects. If you have stuff like this, send it to me at tom@dicetower.com. We'll start with coffee. This is like the second coffee project in a few weeks.
Oh man, the WeighMaster.
The more we look at these, the more I realize how much I don't understand coffee, or I've underestimated it, or something. I don't know.
And
agree.
coffee
Explain this
and
to us,
snooty
hey.
coffee
Yes.
drinkers also I put in that same category.
Yeah. The more I'm just like, wait, what?
What is happening? Like, what is this?
Why would you weigh your coffee?
The more projects of these I see, I wonder if I like coffee as much as I think, or just like staying awake. I don't know.
Right, yeah. So I understand why you would weigh it. To answer your question, I know, because like in baking, you'll weigh your materials rather than measuring them, because measuring them, it'll actually change the amount based on how much you packed it in. So you weigh it, so it's an exact. So to weigh ingredients is more exact than to measure them.
I understand when I'm making a cake.
I understand as well. So I understand why you would measure it, but the question is why? It's coffee. But like, I understand the idea behind it.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I know what they're going for.
You're not mixing
But, oh
coffee
my
in that
gosh.
thing with anything else. You're packing some coffee
Yeah.
grounds in there, and you're running water through them. Yes.
Are you saying
That is a
are you saying
basic
they're doing it so
concept
that
of
it is the
brewing
absolute
coffee.
perfect balance?
Yes, because they have their specific little thing that goes on it. And so then they weigh the grounds in that thing and put it on. Okay, yes, that is 17.9 ounces. I have no idea how much coffee you drink. But then you take that and you put it in the thing.
And a
so it's
little
the
over or
exact.
under would change the taste that much?
I guess.
I don't know, but same thing. But they're doing the same thing. They're putting it on there, and when it's the pour over, they're actually, the weight that they're doing is they're adding water, so it's the exact water to coffee ratio. I don't know. I get it from a baking point of view, but oh my gosh, it's coffee. Like, this is making it a 2-hour process.
This is your
I don't
Christmas
get
present.
it.
In 2027.
It is always awkward when I'm talking to somebody new and they're like, "I love coffee." I'm like, "I love coffee too." Like, I need to make sure that we're on the same level here. I love
Do you love coffee or do you
like-
love coffee?
I'm not
You should
picky.
lead with, "I love instant coffee," and see if
ooh.
they keep talking to you.
That's true. They probably would not.
And then pull out the wrapped apple and the conversation.
I don't get it, man. Yeah, this is so snooty, and they're not even
Yeah.
trying that hard. But it's like they're
Look at
weighing
that.
it. There's a little piece of it you break off and stick on your coffee maker to like give you the readout of what
yeah.
you were doing over here.
The acidity.
I guess if you were, maybe coffee's your hobby, this would be a cool
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely. I'm
somebody
just
just
saying
said
it's
that.
interesting what a snooty hobby it is.
I never thought of it as a hobby, I guess, and maybe that does change. If someone said that, I was like, okay, if I see it as a hobby, cool. Somebody could say the same thing about 3D printing. Why wouldn't you just go buy a Batarang?
And I
Because
guess
I made it.
Yeah, you can't buy the ones I
Joey made it for
But
me.
you said someone stopped one time and asked if it was a meth lab. Like, if you were doing this, I'd be like, is that coffee?
It's a distillery. Okay, I guess wine's the same way. People like can really do the wine tasting, and other people just drink wine.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
anyway.
If you look at it as a hobby, maybe
so-
this is, but
All joking aside, this is one of the better projects. All right, moving on.
Oh yeah,
Do you want a rhyming clock?
I do. Not.
Kinda.
this kind of intrigued me, I'm not going to lie. I would waste a lot of time waiting for
Look,
the
I
time to
Poses a
change.
new poem every minute.
I'll give you bad poetry for half of this. This is $150.
With steam that rises, a cup so fine. 9:41, it's coffee time. Time and find don't rhyme, Chat GPT.
Oh my goodness.
That rhymes enough.
I guess.
You have to
It's a
come up
half
with one of
rhyme.
these every minute, okay? They're not all going to be winners.
A new one every minute.
ChatGPT though, it can do it. But AI did good work. I'm good with
love
this.
it.
This is
I
amazing.
wonder how long. A, is this going to work when you get it? B, how long will it work when you get it?
Right.
Yeah.
It's tech,
That's-
and not just tech. Tech of the moment. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. It's also expensive tech.
This is making
Like-
a lot of money. This is what I'm talking about. That game was making 28,000. This is making 88,000.
And
That's
they're
insane.
150 bucks a piece.
That's a lot of money for something that small.
right.
And it does one thing, and it doesn't do it well. I'm like, what time is it? You're like, hang on. 9:41.
I know.
Does it read it out loud in a stilted AI voice?
Oh my gosh.
With steam that rises. A cup so fine. 9:41. It's coffee time.
That would be great if it read it.
All right. Well, there you go, folks.
Oh,
You
it's
can get
really
it.
bad.
You can also pull in a horrific way people's faces
This is
apart.
so creepy. This is like Black Dahlia, the book.
Look at that.
Okay, I did like this.
It's so creepy.
I love just like watching the eyes roll back in the head and then they like
Oh.
become little vines. Like I have
But
like
look at
whole
her-
stories happening in my head
Look
watching
at
this.
it. Her nose is already. What is going on?
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah, the stories are all gothic horror.
Yeah, it's Black
I
Dahlia
thought
right
this
there.
was really
That's-
cool looking. Now, I don't love this because this is what like she did. It's kind of a one-trick pony, one-time through kind of gimmick. But I would love to get something like this if it was like blanks, because my son loves to do art. If he could actually make the little piece that goes
Oh, okay,
behind,
yeah.
something like that, I would want like a do-it-yourself kit for this.
Oh my. Oh.
This is so cool.
What? Look at
How do you not love it?
so
I don't
weird,
understand. I
man.
don't look
How
at
do we
that.
not
It's so
love it?
pretty. Look.
Because I'm a human being with
Oh.
morals. And,
What?
What is this?
what is that? That one's actually a little better, I think, because it's more of a. The other one's the eyeballs. See, that one's okay-ish.
That's funny. I really don't like that one. I find it too busy. I like this. The
skull
pull
one?
back. Yeah,
Oh,
the pull
what
back.
was
Because you're pulling
that?
back the layers and seeing the underneath. It's very like.
Innards.
Yeah.
So you have worms crawling around your head? Look at that.
Those are mushrooms.
Shrooms,
And
man.
then
Yeah, but then there's worms underneath them.
that's life.
Now, after it all
life.
comes out, that lady's
It's
clearly
thinking, like
dead.
you're
Look,
seeing
what?
the thought process. No, this is like what's
Dead.
happening inside her head. It's like watching someone's thought process and you're pulling back the layers. I think this is cool.
feel like
I'm
you're getting-
fine. You think I have no morals. That's my takeaway.
I feel like you're getting called to the teacher's office. Here's what your kid made today. You know,
That's true. They call you in over this. They're like,
gosh.
Mr. Smith.
and you see the initial, you're like, oh, that looks nice. Teacher's like, wait, hold on. There we go.
I'm going to tell you a story about that. Yeah, I did get called in the principal's office one time because my son, for Halloween, they had to do like a haunted house, and he did. And it was like supposed to be like, oh, we go to the haunted house as a family. No, he drew like a body harvesting house, and it had like spouts of blood, like where you would go and get blood. And I got called in, and I was like, he's like, it was scary, so I drew it. And I was like,
I want everyone who's
It was
watching to
first-
put this in perspective with her liking. Okay.
it was
Wow.
first grade.
Speaking of mushrooms, would you like to grow mini mushrooms that you definitely shouldn't eat?
You're not growing them, right?
No, you're not. Yeah, this is her little art
It's
project.
the little
It's the felt.
things,
Yeah.
yeah.
Needle felt.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are just cute little desk or decorations or whatever.
And there's room for a brass frog if you want one.
I think they could look cool, actually.
They're cute. They're cute.
It's not that bad price for the fact that she says it takes like 2 or 3 hours to make each of those tops.
It's crazy.
I'm
I
like-
know. That's a lot.
This is like a passion project apparently. She's selling for this.
Well, if you like this passion project, back it so that she can fund, because it's almost to 6:30.
yeah,
And
I
that's
would
not with a rhyme in the time. That's this project here.
just
Do you need the smallest deck of playing cards in the world?
do.
See? So you're
How much money is this making, Tom? Oh
3,960.
my God! Somebody wants these things. Yeah.
Oh, you underestimate the power of Lego.
I do like
And
the
playing
idea
cards.
behind it where he's like, I saw a world record, and I was like, I can beat that. And I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. Like, good for him for doing it for a reason. I mean, I don't care for the reason, but it's like, hey, I'm going to go for the world record. Here it is.
How much are these?
that
24.
much.
That's a little more pricey, because I would actually buy these and give them to Joey and be like, show us a trick.
Can
I
palm
can make
these
the
so
deck
easily.
disappear.
Make the whole deck.
It's on the back of my thumb.
The whole deck is, yeah.
These are tiny.
It is cute, but it's very, very specific. You're buying this solely as a novelty item.
Yeah.
You're also getting this in the mail. You give this person $24 and like, when is this shipping? What does it say? Scroll down a little bit.
May 20. May.
Yeah, so you give this person $24 plus a little bit in shipping, and in a few months, you get the smallest thing you've ever gotten in your life in the mail.
Right.
Unfortunately,
You know what I mean? It's like,
So,
can't get them.
shipping.
since you guys both have glasses on, it shows the face cards, and it says, oh, and if you have glasses, if you take them off, you can see it resemble a real, because they're going to go to like the pixelated one. Did you try it? Did you take your glasses off and say, okay, the answer is yes, I guess. You're not on the right picture.
No, sorry. Where?
keep going. Keep going.
Right there. Does the one on the right look like the one on the left without glasses on?
What? Do you have to cross your eyes?
I mean, if I squint, it still doesn't. I didn't know.
Maybe.
Kinda,
Okay.
I would never.
but it's smaller. It's like it takes that whole image and puts it in the middle of the card.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Probably
But
use a
would you
computer
have
program
been able to
do
see that and be like, oh, that's a king? Would you have known?
Only
Okay,
because
all
of the
right.
K, but yeah.
Well, thank you, Tom.
No, I'm not saying without that. No, I would never know. I would think it was an alien from Space Invaders.
Yes.
All right. This one did not fund. It was funny when I added the project. I was surprised this one didn't take off as much. It's like this
What?
basically lets you share stuff with other people.
Oh,
do you
I
share?
get buy one get one free deodorant. I don't need both. Could someone meet me at Dollar General?
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
I
like
didn't make it past.
it's a way to split. Like if one of you,
For the cheapest people on the planet Earth.
like if somebody
You
has
don't want those
a,
people back at your Kickstarter.
yeah, if one person has like
No one's-
a membership to like Costco, then you meet it with somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, and I bought a
you
big block of
split
cheese.
them.
Here's half for you.
Or is it like the pack of 10 toothbrushes and you each go home with
Yes.
one?
This is like
Okay, but there's
this is an
actually-
experiment. That's not you don't fund this. You know what I mean? This is a social experiment.
Okay, but that's first of all that the AI art of the like the downtown.
Yeah, it looks also like a
ads.
dating
Yeah, I
app.
was
All
gonna
those
say,
pictures.
it's a
Yeah,
dating
swipe
app,
left
right,
or
yeah.
right. You wanna
Now,
share
do you want to share
toothbrushes
cheese with me?
That right there is that's. I was trying to.
I want some extra
It's not even numbers.
and some
Some of them.
Iris and it costs $4.99.
AI can't do text.
Why can't AI do text? It's
I
such
don't
an
know.
obvious
It's
thing.
so
All right,
confusing for
moving
me.
on.
I thought it couldn't do hands.
Or
text.
text. Well, there are no
It's
hands in
very
there
bad
either.
at
Oh, I
text.
see some hands.
Well, if you want to see that, this guy has 2 fingers, and this guy's hands are
Melted into his face.
coming into his face.
Let's see.
Yeah.
See his hand?
Yeah.
That's why he's like in shock. He's like, I can't move my hands. All right.
Oh, the idea hat.
So if your kid has a beanie
This
and you're
is-
out at night and you're like, I want to see where he goes, and I also want all his friends to laugh at him.
Okay, parents already do this though. They get the little
Leash?
breakable neon things, and it's like, oh, you're out, at an evening
Oh, yeah, I
event. You put a
forgot
little
about those.
neon necklace around your child.
Okay, yeah, I get by
So
that.
I'm like, I don't.
It doesn't look good without the light, though. See that there? I
It
don't
also
think that
looks heavy. This thing is like, it's not a poof.
Oh, the poof.
What are you? It's so stupid. It's so funny to me. Look at this thing.
Yeah, it's.
Gotta be cold.
This is definitely like Grandma came up with the idea. She's like,
Yeah.
look what I crocheted up, and I stuck a light bulb in it, stuck it on your
Yeah,
head.
done.
All right, last project, Yell Bell.
Oh,
This
you.
is
This is the world's most innovative cowbell.
So it's a cowbell. You cling, 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 cling. It'll ring,
Yes.
or you
And
can
then-
shout through it.
Hey-o.
The handle's hollow, and you can sing. And if you go down, he'll show you one of the first prototypes he drew up. Like this is the idea. This is the prototype, but then look at the idea stage. Go right below this drawing.
So good.
Right here. You see?
Ring,
I love that. Yeah, no matter which way this goes, it's gonna ring, and if you shout through it, you can sing.
Draw that out.
Yeah. Who draws this out and goes, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, call the patent office, quick.
okay. The guy thought because all these iterations, he thought he had $1 million idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It says
Sure.
$111 idea, but it's.
Oh,
mean-
what?
And then I think he's named Harvey Specter.
It looks like a tool. This looks like it came off a bike.
I've seen suits.
I
don't see
think
that
it
in
did.
there.
I think
Did,
he's
yeah, I'm
a
pretty sure
welder.
it did, yeah.
I assume from that picture.
Yeah, he had a welding buddy of his make the prototype.
And he had to explain that so many times.
And then he's like, the welder was like, I just don't get it. He's like, I got you, fam. Hold on.
The Walter's like, well, which ways will it ring? He's like, well, all of them.
In here, in the ring. If it goes this way, what happens? It'll ring. Well, but what if that pendulum swings this way? It'll ring.
But
Isn't Harvey Specter the...
from Suits, yes. That's why I was like, oh, did not see that episode.
I don't know what that is.
It's a very popular
The lawyer show.
lawyer show.
Got it.
That's what that.
Meghan Markle
I
came
was like,
out.
yeah,
Markle.
the not princess, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Not princess.
That's
Well,
her
the princess
official
is
name.
the other one.
Yes.
All right, let's jump back to games and let's do some projects of the week. We'll start with Mr. Mike.
Hey there, everybody. It's Mike Delisio coming to you from the Dice Tower Midwest Annex. And this week's Crowdsurfing was pretty interesting. Some intriguing projects for sure. But for me, there was a clear pick of the week, and that is Storm Raiders coming from Arcus Games, which is a newer publishing house that is from Shem Phillips, also the designer of this game and also part of Garfield Games. And so this awesome looking theme and really cool looking components and artwork combined with a designer that pretty much have liked all of his games. And with Arcus, they've had, as far as I'm aware, 2 previous projects they've done and have both been very nice productions. I am really, really excited and currently backing Storm Raiders. All right, well, let's see what the others have to say.
Mike was looking really well shaped there. You see that? He had a very smooth face in there. You didn't check it out? Should've checked it
No, I
out.
wasn't really
It was a
looking
nice.
at it.
not that
It was a good
closely.
day, Mike.
Is anyone else that same project?
I am. I was going to be Ruination, but this one is... I like Arcus. I love their Dreadful Meadows. And this just... I like to pick up and deliver. I like the dice drafting. I mean, obviously it's Shem Phillips, and just it looks good. It looks like grungy, post-apocalyptic, everything. I really like this.
This is mine as well. I had a hard time between 2 different projects this week, but I'm giving the nod to this one for everything that you just said, and I'd like the like I said before, these 2 kind of pedigrees coming together. You know, Shem Phillips. I think he has some solid designs, and then not Dreadful Meadows, Arcus here. Their last 2 games have been good, so I'm excited to see what they do together. I'm
Yeah.
excited for this
I
one.
think there were 3 amazing picks this week.
I agree.
And this is one of them for sure. I'm going to go with, just because, again, I'm kind of baffled that it's not getting any love, is the Ruination expansion.
This is my
It's
other
a
one.
great
Yeah.
expansion, man. I really, really enjoyed it. If you like the game at all, you should definitely check this out. But I think, obviously, I'm guessing a lot of people they are getting are the people who like the game already. If you overlooked it, you should maybe check it out, you know, especially now with this expansion in it, making all these clans even more distinct. It's really good stuff. It's a great, again, characters on a map fighting it out, Kemet, Blood Rage, that kind of thing, especially Kemet, because like everything is 2 away from everything else. Then you might enjoy this one. So yeah, that's my pick.
Yeah.
All right, mine is going to be...
That's the other one.
Cryptic
Oh, God, I was so nervous no one's
the
going to pick
other
it.
one.
And I was going to be like,
somebody would
I
take
got to
it.
do with it. It's
Those
so
3
good.
for me
Are
look
interchangeable.
fantastic. All 3 look
good.
so good.
I agree.
I like the
Yes.
theme of hunting down. Most cryptid games are so light in a theme, or they have some weird, like, Cryptic Cafe, we're serving coffee to them, or...
Right.
Do you take a picture of one? This one's like, you're going out, you're finding them.
You
You're
can catch 'em.
capturing them.
Yeah.
You're bringing them in. Also, magnets. I know
agree.
he hates magnets, but I think they're amazing.
He's
I just
anti-magnet.
like this nature adjacency, you know, with the cryptids and stuff. It's like you see yourself in this game. It looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, this
It's-
is. I'm very excited about this. When's it supposed to deliver? Not this year, probably. That would.
Well, you can't get magnets that quick.
It says October.
They're rare.
Yeah, rare.
October this year?
October?
That can't be true.
Why not? Why can't that be true?
Does it ever happen?
No.
Okay.
That looks good.
Alrighty, well, that is that, folks. Thanks so much for watching another episode of Crowdsurfing. We will be back tomorrow morning with Board Games Smorgasbord.
Mortgage
And then
board.
tomorrow afternoon with the episode
4 coins.
6 of the 4 coins. What will happen this time? You'll
We'll
find
die.
out tomorrow. Yeah, you can say that every time.
I do. Eventually
What did
we'll
you
die.
say?
He said we'll die.
We'll die.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
You think we'll die?
we'll
gonna
die.
I'm
go for
not
a
dying.
Total party kill.
TPK.
TPK.
That's why he's going to end
Total.
it. He's
Yeah,
gonna
I
do
can't
TPK
talk.
to end it, aren't you?
I'm sad.
TPK,
license plate
total
on my,
party
phone
kill.
used to be TPK something. I always remembered that. I was like, TPK.
Oh.
My wife's like, what does that mean? I'm like, you'll make fun of me. All right, so anyway, that
who
is
would make fun of you?
an episode of Crowdsurfing. Thanks for watching. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joy Evans.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Z Garcia.
Have fun chasing cryptids and weighing your coffee.
Is Shem designing an otter game?